When one talks of evergreen, a few people come to mind. People who are ageless, people who don't get old. And one such person is my guest on the show tonight. I'm talking of none other than the evergreen RAJ senewirathne. Good evening, Raj. Welcome to the show.
You're welcome.
Raj, I last spoke to you 23 or 6 years ago on Fan Club,
26
remember?
years ago.
And that's a long time. You haven't changed one bit since then.
Old.
I've got old with my spectacles and stuff, but you haven't.
With those down there.
Right. Now, you began singing when you were 16 years old.
Yep. The band was formed when I was 16.
Okay.
First acoustic guitar when I was 12. First electric guitar when I was 14. The band was formed when I was 16. When I was 18, we got our first contract to Vietnam.
So what about school? What about parental permission? What about all those things?
No, went to school, studied hard.
At school?
At school, didn't study, but passed. Hey, my mother used to give me all...
Where do you school?
St. Benedict's.
Okay.
St. Benedict's College. Anything. My acoustic guitar I had to come within the first 3 in class in December before I get...
She gave you goals, targets.
Yep. Within the first 3. First acoustic guitar, first electric guitar. I used to like guns. And I got what is called a Gicaro gun, air gun. And then I got a Diana air gun. Have you ever used air guns before?
No.
Beautiful. When you're small.
Yeah, I wasn't even born. So what was the first band called when you were 16 years old?
Savage.
Ah, that's Savage.
That's Savage.
Right, okay. And what were gigs like in Colombo at that time when you were 16 years old?
The gig we played was a concert at
Navaranga?
No. What's it called? Lana the Wind.
Okay.
And it was called Voodoo Suite. And we were the modern band, and there was an old-fashioned band.
Who is we?
Savage.
Okay, you
Savage.
and?
Evan Balasuriya. There was another guy playing drums called Desmond De Silva, but not
that Desmond.
Desmond. And a guy called Chandima De Alves, who played rhythm. So we did this concert thing, sang 3 songs on it. That wasn't for money. That was prestigious scene.
Okay.
Then people started booking us for various functions. I remember playing at the Hotel Taprobane once. I would have been 16 years old.
So you were underage, Raj?
No. What do you mean underage?
16 is underage. I mean, 18 is the normal working age limit.
Yeah.
Okay.
You do what you want to do, okay?
Sure.
And there you go. When we played for this dance, Jetliners and Harold Senewirathne were the main bands. And I remember the Jetliners were on stage. They had one stage. And Harold Senewirathne had the main stage. And we had to play on the... on the ground, on the carpet or whatever.
Okay.
And we didn't really have proper equipment at that time. I remember the mics, we used to use collar mics, the thing around here with the mic standing in front and holding the guitar and singing. I was 16, I remember that time.
Okay.
And lots of the people got up and came and danced with it, and we used to sing a lot of Beatles songs, so maybe that, I don't know.
So 2 years later, the first break overseas in Vietnam, 2.5 years, for the American troops there.
For the American troops.
And what was that experience like?
At that age, it was fun, a lot of fun, because we used to play 2 weeks in each camp, and we used to get used to be taken by plane, A130s, plane to different locations. And when we were in Saigon, we had to move to like 30, 40 kilometers away from Saigon and come back by van. And there was a transport colony that comes back with us because there's duty after 7:30 in the night. We actually remember once when we were coming back by convoy, the front of it was hit. Yeah, attacked by Viet Cong. It was fun though.
But you were, okay. But risky. Very, very risky.
You don't think of risk. I remember once,
At that age you don't, yes.
Yeah, I remember once when we were playing at a place called Da Nang. We used to do two shows, one from 7 to 8, and another show in another club from 9 to 10. And then they throw a little party for us, whatever bites there to eat and drinks and stuff like that. And that particular day, there was a movie going on. I won't forget the movie. I have forgotten the movie. Anyway, there was an attack coming in. You can hear the shells coming in from the shells that the camp shoots to go out from the sound.
Mm-hmm.
And they attacked the camp we were in. And what you have to do is get to the closest bunker, get in there and wait until the shooting finishes. Now, the bunker was we had to go through the nightclub or whatever tent we had to get into the bunker. So what I did was I walked around the tent and I went back and I could see everybody shivering there. For me it was, I can see this thing coming and exploding and it looks nice. And then I saw one of those A130s actually being hit by one of the shells. And I thought, let me run inside the bunker now. Yeah.
Time you did.
It was fun. At that age, eh?
At that age, yes. So then came the Spitfires and this band called Serenity and of all these tours overseas.
Yep. We came back from Vietnam. Then we played in Sri Lanka for 6 months. And then we went to Singapore with Savage again. And we were in Singapore for 2.5 years. Came back again. Dispute in the band. Band broke up.
Split.
I went into all kinds of madness. I don't know what I was doing at that stage. I mean, nice madness, okay?
Okay. I was going to ask you what it was.
Anyway, then this thing with the Spitfires, because the guitar player left them, and they wanted me to join them in Damascus, Syria. And I remember flying to Damascus, played with them. From there we went to Cairo. And from there we went to
Tehran.
Yeah, well, it was Isfahan, it's north, where the American troops were setting up Bell helicopters for the people in Iran. And after that, Tehran. And came back to Sri Lanka. Split up with them. And then I went to Switzerland with the band Serenity. Serenity was formed for that European tour.
Raj, what is it that electrifies you on stage? That fires you on stage?
It's the attitude of people that you play to. When you get on a stage, your first interest is to be able to focus on the people.
But what if they are flat?
Sorry?
What if they are flat?
What do you mean?
If the people are flat? If there's no response.
That means you're not doing that.
Not all the time. You might have an audience that's flat.
You can always get an audience to participate with you, and you got to learn the little tricks behind it. Sometimes
May I ask you what those tricks are?
Various stuff. Okay. I mean, if they're a crowd that a homely sort of crowd that doesn't like to mix around, You got to play yourself down where you reach them in their hearts, and then you will suddenly see this little smile coming within them. It
takes time. Huh?
You learn these tricks. Everybody learns. I mean, if you're a professional musician, you learn that quickly. Even on stage, you're playing for a big audience, and you find, okay, they won't sing along with you, but you sing a tiny little note with they can actually participate, and they will follow that one little note, and after that you make it more intricate so that the crowd actually comes within you. That's part of the game. You learn that.
Okay. We go into our first break and we come back to Raj with his famous song, the one he's best known for actually. He's called Silly Silly, and Silly Silly it will be in a very short while from now.
Silly Sitala Elle Diya Sally Sally I Nella Ville Nevemu me Kando Nille Api Unchili Chille Silly Sitala Elle Diya Sally Sally I Nella Ville Silly Sitala Elle Diya Sally Sally I Nella Ville Nevemu me Kando Nille Api Chili Chili Chille Pini Caterpilise Mutu Pavada Apura Situpe Mohana Rajatahane Amuvemu Apitenna Silly Sitala Elle Diya Sally Sally I Nella Ville Chili Chili on Chile Silly Elle
Silly as in S-I-S-I and not S-I-L-L-Y, please.
S-I-L-I.
Yeah, S-I-L-I and not S-I-L-L-Y.
Yeah.
Right, so your first single album was this beautiful song, Silly Seethala
L.A.
L.A. Story, nice story.
Well, I used to do all this traveling. We had many, fans or whatever, all over. I mean,
What do we know whatever? They were like living human beings.
you know, you had all right. So in Vietnam you get a crowd. In Singapore you had a crowd. In Switzerland you had a crowd. In Damascus and Syria, all these countries, and Germany, Finland. They like you. They come to listen to you. They pay money to get into the nightclub. But I come back to Sri Lanka and it's just this handful of people in Colombo. Maybe the main suburbs like Galle, Kandy. And would you believe it, Kamar? Not more than 100,000 people, Western people, are there to actually participate by paying money to go and see you if you're a Western musician. Did you know that?
Really?
Oh, really. Just calculate the number of nightclubs you got here. And think of the people who are going there. If you go to one, you will see the same faces again 2 weeks later in another nightclub. The same faces.
Yes.
100,000. That's it. Single music is way up here. What happened? With all the touring and all the listening and coming back to Colombo and looking at the same faces, I thought, okay, my very good friend is Sunil Perra of the Gypsies. And I used to wonder, okay, very talented, very nice, very great human being. But in Sri Lanka, his fan base was 100 times
Bigger. Yeah. Still is, actually.
Yeah, still is.
Still growing. Yeah.
Still going. I was thinking maybe something in Sinhala. So, after the Switzerland trip, I thought, okay, let me try something in Sinhala. And did the album. And unfortunately, 2 years after that, I had to go back to the States. And the album was a good seller for the 1984, yeah, put out. I didn't know that. I came back to Sri Lanka in 87. Silly still being still going on the radio.
It was a hit.
Yeah, but I had no idea about it, you know.
No one told you when you were out?
Well, they say it's silly. Nobody talks about it. I mean, you talk Western music and silly, you know, and then I came back again in 95. The song was still going on. Well, I re-recorded Silly again.
Why re-recorded?
They wanted it. I mean, we were talking of the 84 version. And in 95, the version can be much better now because the instruments and the way we pronounce everything, sang it again. Then went back to the States and came back and the song was still going on. I sold the song again in 2000, resold the song in 2005. And
6 years ago. Yeah.
And then it needed another video. So that's why this video one, apparently a lot of bands play it for weddings and various functions.
It's become a standard.
Standard, yeah.
You're happy about it?
No, yeah, but people don't recognize me for Silly. They say, Silly, oada sinkiru. Oada? Mokada natte. Yeah.
You also perform in Las Vegas, Raj.
Yes, I did.
Where exactly and what was the entire experience like?
Well, I didn't know that Las Vegas was such a great due to perform there. I mean, we were performing in various places and the Sands Hotel and performed in Las Vegas. Fortunately, one of the audiences, we were playing in a big hall which had about 1,000 people in there. somebody had actually filmed one of the songs I was doing. And I remember getting the VHS tape from him. Brought it back to Sri Lanka, but forgot about it. I mean, it was there. Suddenly, 2-3 years ago, I remember I had this VHS tape, and I played it back, and there was this me live in Las Vegas, in one of the hotels, playing with the American band called Axiom. And it's different to be playing with American bands because their expressions, feel is different to Sri Lankan bands. So, yeah. Las Vegas, interesting.
What about Sydney, Melbourne, and Oman?
They were
also venues.
They were just shows. I just went to Sydney for one show, Melbourne for one show, and Oman for 2 shows. I mean, short stints is what most people do. You go and play for the Sri Lankan audiences, whatever. But all my other contracts have been by agents from those countries who have to cater to people from those countries, from Switzerland, from States, the people from Germany. So that audience is totally different to the Sri Lankan audience. What we had to do, Kumar, is strange because we had to know what kind of songs were on their charts. Now, if I went to Finland, I'm telling you.
That's a tough call.
Yeah. So within the first week, we learned a few of the songs at the top of their charts, learn the song and be able to play it the same night.
Oh my God.
Yeah. It becomes a habit though, but you have to. That's the way you can reach out to the crowd. You play the songs and you find the whole crowd suddenly coming in and dancing in, you know. Yeah.
How do you tackle the foreign languages?
Well,
Singing in those languages.
Sang in English. Every song. See, a lot of those people, though they have their own language, it's like Sri Lanka. I mean, our people go to a nightclub or something
It's
to
English.
So it's that.
Raj, talking of audiences, I'm talking of audiences in Sri Lanka. How do you compare audiences of then, when you first began, at the audiences of today, 2011? Any striking difference?
Not really. I think the audience, how would you say it? No striking difference. It's just a change with culture. I mean, we all are different. I mean, I don't think the way I thought 30 years ago, neither do you. So it's the way you think now that is applicable to the audience.
I thought audiences today were far more demanding or far more perceptive. Could they have more exposure compared to audiences so many years ago?
Why not? Why can't they be want more from the artists? I mean, those days the artists did what they could for that era. Now, with a hell of a lot more. So you've got to develop along with that to be able to cater to the audience now.
Raj, what is it that makes you really wild? Don't answer. We're going to a break and we'll be back soon. I'm giving him time to plan his answer. See you soon.
First hello, until that first smile. But if I had to do it all again, I wouldn't change a thing, 'cause this love is everlasting. Suddenly, like a has new meaning to me. There's beauty up above and things we never take notice of. You wake up and suddenly you're in love. Girl, you're everything a man could want and more. 1,000 words are not enough to say what I feel inside. Holding hands as we walk along the shore. Never felt like this before. Now we're all I'm looking for. Suddenly, life has new meaning to me. And things we never take notice of. You wake up and suddenly you're in love. Each day I pray that this love affair would last forever. Life has new meaning to me. There's beauty up above and things we never take notice of. You wake up and suddenly you like that song? You love it. Thanks a lot. You're in love. Thanks a lot. Thank you very much.
Yes, Raj. So what is it that makes you wild?
What do you mean by wild?
I've never seen you angry. You're always so calm and cool and so serene, and
That's
so
not true, not
it's
true,
a
not
facade,
true,
right?
not true. When I lose my temper, it's like, I
wouldn't want to know.
No,
right?
no, you don't want to know. There's no, I don't lose it often. It's just that if somebody pushes me to a corner, then I go berserk. I mean, to me, it's,
Invasion.
yeah, you know how it is.
So talking of Raj, the music composer, what is composing like, compositions like? Commercial music you do?
The ideas keep suddenly forming in your brain, and you want to scribble it down into word format. I usually use the guitar when I compose, so there's the words coming and also the structure coming. And what I need,
How does it come?
it just comes.
It just comes.
It just comes. Let me tell you a little secret. Maybe you don't, you know this, but possibly you don't realize it. Do you know that the outside of the brain is on the right side?
Okay.
Arts, dreams, fantasy is on the right side of the brain. Logic, sense, development is all on the left side. Did you know that?
No.
Everybody knows that. Okay.
I'm quite dumb, Raj.
I know. Okay, so what happens is, okay, most artists have this side, the right side, functioning a little more than the left side. That's why artists are wild. Wild.
Temperament.
Wild. All right, I'm just kidding, yeah. But honestly, when something comes into the right side of the brain, something within the right side of the brain also makes you want to function okay. And then the idea is there, basic format. And usually most songwriters, I think 90% of fairly good songwriters, don't take more than half an hour to write just the scratch mode of the song, using the instruments and the format.
Just getting it out, basically.
Yeah, and then what you do is, okay, then you've got to clean it up and, correct it in the fashion where it's a good production eventually. But basically, it happens very quickly. Just the composition.
Have there been times when you've been dry for long spells of time?
Oh, yeah.
with just nothing coming on? Isn't that alarming?
No, it's
So
your frame of mind, It's your frame of mind at that moment, and you can't push it. Unless you're a professional songwriter and you're making your rupees just by writing songs.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're not, you're performing and doing other things as well. It's secondary. And songwriting, if it's natural to you, it keeps on coming. But there are dull periods in everyone,
We're going to our final break and back on the show very soon. Thank you very much for being my guest, Raj. Pleasure meeting you after so many years. Here again, same studio. That was Fan Club. This is Philip Chad being my guest. We got older and wiser. I think so. Thank you so much, and all the best to you, Raj, in your career.
Take care.
Thanks.
Kimara.